Welcome to another edition of SAT TV News. We are happy that you could have joined us. I am Alicia George. In our top stories, sexual offences dominate September criminal assizes. The official lawyer opened on Wednesday. A call for greater participation of the public in this year's independence celebrations. From the region, Antigua reservoirs remain empty after a year of severe drought conditions. And internationally, medical experts fear Ebola could mutate to become airborne. In sports, the FA makes significant donation to women's football. Details of these and other stories will follow. Welcome back. The 2014-2015 law year officially commenced with a church ceremony on Wednesday morning, followed by the opening address via teleconference at the High Court of Justice. In her address, Dame Janice Pereira, Chief Justice of Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, highlighted the purpose and importance of the event.
It is of utmost importance that we continually assess the court's performance in the context of a strategic plan to ensure the due administration of justice. Such continual assessment is necessary so as to determine whether we are achieving our objectives, and if not, to identify the factors impacting performance and to consider the solution.
Meanwhile, President of the Dominica Bar Association, Wynand Adrian Roberts, reports a remarkable year for the association with the launching of the first ever Law Week.
The attorneys put aside a week to celebrate the profession and to give back to the communities. We also had, as another highlight of our Law Week, an outreach program to the young students at various high schools within the Roseau catchment area, speaking to them on their civic duties to Dominica and to themselves.
Members of the bar also hosted a law fair which offered free legal service to the public. This new law year, however, signifies the commencement of the September criminal assizes, where sexual offences will dominate the cause list. There are over 35 matters on the list, including causing death by dangerous driving, murder, manslaughter, wounding with intent, grievous bodily harm, and drug-related offences. The September assizes will open on September 18th and will be presided over by Justice Bernie Stevenson Brooks. Dominica is also expected to finalize the amendment of the Constitution to give the Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, final appellate jurisdiction. A fervent call has been made to the general public to participate in as many functions as possible during this year's independence celebrations. The activities to commemorate Dominica's 36th anniversary of independence were officially launched on Wednesday under the theme Our Nation, Our Responsibility. Chairman of the Independence Committee, retired Chief Cultural Officer Raymond Lawrence, said this year's independence celebrations will commence this weekend with a number of church services to be followed by numerous activities.
The Independence celebration will open with an exciting ceremony scheduled for Friday, September 26 at 5:30 p.m. at the front of the Windsor Park Sports Stadium on the forecourt. There will be performances by Ophelia, Joy Stout, Paybush, Portsmouth and Petit Savan cultural groups, the Paybush Drummers, Karina Cultural Group, Cicero Singers, Waita Kabuli Dance Theatre Company, and Tradi Bell, the reigning Miss Wap Duet, Madame Wap Duet, T. Matador, and the 2014 Wap Duet contestants are also expected to make appearances. So God willing, it should be a very colorful and enjoyable opening to our independence season. Our annual cultural competitions across the island will take place during the weekends following the opening ceremony, and the cultural finals have been carded for October 10th at Londonderry, October 11th at Grand Bay, and October 12th at the Cabritz cruise ship berth.
The Titiwi Festival in Layu will be staged on September 27th to 28th, while the Dominica Council on Aging will host a national rally for older persons on September 28th, as the month is being observed as a month for the elderly. Lawrence stated Dominica History will be held from October 6th to 10th under the theme Kalinago Heritage, while the NCCU Calypso Show will take place on October 18th to be followed by Heritage Day in Capuchin on October 19th.
The National Wap Duet Pageant is scheduled to be held on Thursday, October 23rd at the Old Mill Cultural Center, while the Madame Wap Duet Pageant is carded for Thursday, October 30th at the Arawak House of Culture. The competition for the little ones, the T. Matador Pageant, is carded for Sunday, November the 2nd at the Arawak House of Culture. So come out and support the contestants in all the various shows and celebrate Dominica's culture. The pulsating World Creole Music Festival, as we all know by now, is carded for October 24th to the 26th, and as usual will feature many great performers from the Creole music world.
Flag Day will be observed on October 24th, while the Creole in the Park will take place from October 27th to 30th. The inaugural Secondary Schools Creole Chorale Speech Competition will take place on October 28th. This will be followed by the National Youth Rally on October 30th and Creole Day on October 31st.
For Creole Day, of course, we're encouraging all Dominicans to dress up in Creole wear, and we're placing special emphasis on the national wear on that day, the Wap Duet and Egypt for the women, and the men's national wear. Remember that every Friday as well, during the celebrations, Dominicans are invited to dress in Creole wear. Market days with a difference are carded for Saturday, October 18th at Marigot, Saturday, October 25th in Roseau, and Saturday, November the 1st in Portsmouth. The first weekend of November will see three major festivals: Fête La Pointe in Pointe-Michel on November 1st and 2nd, Creole in the North at Portsmouth on November the 2nd, and another new addition to the Independence celebration, the Waterfest, which is being held in Wesley, will run from October 29th to the 2nd of November.
The National Parade and National Cultural Gala is scheduled for November 3rd, while Community Day of Service will take place on November 4th. Other events on the 2014 Independence calendar include Pan in the City, an Eoli Black Lecture, Public Service Day activities, Fête Bord la Mer, and World Rural Women's Day. The government of Dominica on Tuesday donated $50,000 worth of equipment to the Dominica State College DSC facility of Applied Arts and Technology Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Department. The donation was timely, as on that day, Dominica joined the rest of the world in observing the International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer. President of the Dominica State College, Dr. Donald Peters, said he is thankful for such a significant donation.
Dominica is not a major contributor to depletion of the ozone layer. We do not have the kind of industries that could do that. But that doesn't mean to say that on an International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer, we should not take part. And we are the only national college in this country, and it is our responsibility, together with the ECU, to ensure that there are programs to educate the population and the people who work in the refrigeration and air conditioning about the dangers of the depletion of the ozone layer and the need to use substances that do not contribute to this.
The equipment donated includes portable refrigerant recovery machines, refrigerant refillable tanks, portable electronic weight scales and adapters, nitrogen tanks, portable refrigerant leak detector with adapters, and vacuum pumps. Minister of Environment, Natural Resources, Physical Planning and Fisheries, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Daru, handed over the equipment to President of the DSC, Dr. Donald Peters. Dr. Daru said the observance of International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer offers an opportunity to focus attention and action at the national, regional, and international levels on the protection of the ozone layer.
The Dominica Association of Refrigeration and Air Conditioning, DARAC, was established in 2006 with 15 technicians and certified incorporated under the Companies Act of Dominica on May 19, 2009. The association represents the sector on issues related to the Montreal Protocol through the provision of a formal point of communication between the ministry and the refrigeration and air conditioning sector. Though it is true that RAC sector is the main source of ODS, however, we all have a part to play. I would therefore like to use this opportunity to call on one, the private sector, to ensure that equipment and refrigerants being imported are those that will not consume or contain ozone-depleting substances, particularly hydrochlorofluorocarbons.
The International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer has been celebrated each year since 1995 and is designated by the United Nations General Assembly resolution to honor the signing of the Montreal Protocol on substances that deplete the ozone layer. This year it was observed under the theme, Ozone Layer Protection, the mission goes on. When we return, Massac fishermen receive assistance to promote the industry. Welcome back. The Massac Canefield Primary School, through the support of the Fisheries Division on Monday, donated fishing materials worth EC $10,000 to the fishermen of Massac in an effort to foster greater partnership between the two. The equipment and materials will be used to construct 2 fishing aggregating devices, FADs, for the fishermen of that community. The exchange between the school and the fishermen is in an effort to create greater awareness of the importance of eating healthy through the school's Eat Fish program.
We recognize for a number of years that it is important for us to ensure the continued network of facilities that helps to ensure the continued building of our livelihoods within the fisheries sector. And the fisheries sector gives support to a multitude of varying components of livelihoods. Not only fishing, but we have persons involved in the actual fishing activities. We have persons involved in the vending and processing of fish. We have persons involved in the supply of equipment and gear. We have persons involved in the construction of fishing equipment and gear.
Chief Fisheries Officer Andrew McLaw told the students that by supporting the Eat Fish program, they are contributing to the livelihood of the fisherfolk.
By eating fish, children, that is locally caught, you are saying yes to Dominica. And how are you saying yes to Dominica? You're saying yes to Dominica by contributing to the livelihoods of the fishers. You're saying yes to Dominica by supporting our economic stability in the country, so that we do not have to send away money to purchase food to feed ourselves.
Meanwhile, representative of the Massac Fisher Group, Robert Dublin, is hoping that the fishers take this initiative seriously, as it is in the interest of everyone involved.
I just hope that the fisher folks take this thing very seriously so that we can further it. We want to continue to help the children, help the school, and I hope that we all play a good role in what's going on to see how far we can get with it.
During the ceremony, one student was also presented with a fishing rod for his role in the advancement of the school's fishing program. Following the ceremony, the official signing of the partnership agreement took place at the grounds of the Canefield Massac Primary School. 15 Cadas-Lipso finalists signed their contracts on Tuesday during the launching of the 3rd annual National Cooperative Credit Union NCCU Cadas-Lipso competition. The finalists, a few newcomers and several veterans in the music industry, also dipped for their performing positions on the night of the competition when they compete against reigning Cadas-Lipso king Cletus Halibut Joseph. Although this year's competition received a lot more entries, Michael Augustine, president of the NCCU Board of Directors, has said the union cannot maintain the art form in its current state.
For the NCCU, this is not a profit-making venture. Our objective has always been to sustain and to see the art form grow and evolve. My thinking is, though, that if we are to see the Cadas-Lipso festival or competition moving beyond 3-4 years, we will have to probably look at maybe other ways that we can maybe shift the paradigm and get ready for a serious shift in terms of the innovation of the genre of the music.
Augustine said the NCCU is looking to target a younger audience. He noted that several fringe activities have been hosted prior to the final event in an effort to revitalize the music genre, including a Cadas-Lipso writing seminar and the inaugural Bayfront Jam. Augustine stressed on the importance of reviving Cadas-Lipso.
So we are looking forward to preserving the art form, but still not closed to at least reviving it or resuscitating it in a new form. Also to expose and cultivate young talent. We think by doing this, we will be able to attract young and budding musicians and also to create an export product for the country.
According to Augustine, the NCCU has invested over $150,000 towards revitalizing the Cadas-Lipso genre. On October 18th, the results of their hard work will be evident when the 15 finalists and 3 bands hit the stage. Event coordinator Dexter Ducre said the band segment is a newly added item to the event.
There will be 3 bands competing. Each band will play for 45 minutes. So that brings the show right up to 3:30 in the morning. So we're telling everyone that comes to the show, be ready for a long night, but an interesting night anyway. So each band will play for 45 minutes. What they will do is to take the old Cadas music and remix it to their flavor. So we're not sure as to what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. It's going to be fresh, it's going to be new.
WCK, the First Serenade Band, and the Ecstasy Band will participate in this year's band segment and battle for a grand prize of $7,000. Each band will perform a compulsory song, Patchway Musicla by Liquid Ice. The bands will also perform 2 songs of their choice for a maximum of 45 minutes. The finalists in singing order are as follows: Emmanuel Salamat, Ian Jackson, Elise Ra, Anton Joseph, Steve Williams, Algernon Ducre, Shirley Charles, Webster Marie, John Mack, Ramadine Phillip, Miriam Gerwig, Raymond Vigilant, Cyril Henderson, Cletus Abraham, and Colette Ambo. The show will take place on October 18th at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium forecourt from 8:30 p.m. This has been the local segment of the news.